Morning students, welcome to the second part of the revision video tutorial of Python Pandas for class 12. Today we are going to discuss about creating a series with the help of a dictionary. In the previous videos we have already discussed of the creation of the series from various other data types like lists and ND array and all these things. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the most important part for creating a series, that is using a dictionary. So in order to create a series from dictionary, we have to first create a dictionary. After that only we can make a series. Okay, now see here in example it is given that first of all we are importing pandas as pd. Obviously we have to import the pandas module, and alias name can be kept anything since we are using pd everywhere, so we are here also using pd. Now a simple dictionary is created here. You can see dict is equals to Ankit colon 1, Ramit colon 2 and Geetika colon 3. Here Ankit, Ramit and Geetika are the keys of the dictionary, and 1, 2 and 3 are the corresponding values of that particular keys. Okay. Now this dict has been created as a dictionary having these three key value pairs, that is Ankit 1, Ramit 2 and Geetika 3. Okay. Now we need to create a dictionary by using this dict. We need to create a series by using this dict. So here we can write ser is equals to pd dot series, and in bracket we have passed this dict. Okay, again I am reminding you that series s should be in capital. Okay, and we have passed this dict which we have already created in this series function. Now if you are going to print this series, you can see the output is like that: Ankit 1, Ramit 2 and Geetika 3. Okay, it is also having the 0, 1, 2 indexes also. It is not mentioned here, no problem, but you can understand that 0, 1, 2 should be the keys of that particular database. Okay, now moving forward, here we are having the keys of dictionary becomes the indexes of the series. Now creating a series from a scalar value. Next thing, that if we have a scalar value and we want to duplicate that scalar value multiple times for creating a series, so how it can be done? You need to just have to be following this example. This it is given in example 5. So if you have a scalar value like 10, okay, in this example here we have first of all imported pandas as pd, and then we have written ser is equals to pd dot series and then 10. So this 10 is the scalar value, and we need to replicate it or duplicate it multiple times. Now how many times we need to multiply it or duplicate it, so that depends upon how much index values you have given. So in index you are passing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That means you are having 6 items here in the index. Okay, so if 6 indexes are there, that means this series will be also replicating this 10 scalar value 6 times. Okay, so when you are going to print this series, you can see that 10 has been given in the output as 6 times. Why? Because we are having 6 indexes, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and okay, so from 0 to 5 we are having 6 indexes, and for each individual index the scalar value 10 is being repeated. So you can easily create a series by using a scalar value, but it all depends upon how many index you have given. Okay, the number of times you are giving means the number of items in the index will directly influence the number of data items which is being duplicated or replicated. Okay, now we can also create a series using mathematical expressions. So here it is given import pandas as pd, import numpy as np, then num is equals to np dot a range 10 comma 60 comma 10. We are already aware of this a range function, that is going to start from 10, it is going to stop at 59. Why? Because 60 is given as the outer value, so it will stop at 59 and the steps will be taken as 10. So the next value after 10 will be 20, the next value will be 30. Okay, now we have written s1 is equals to pd dot series index equal to num comma data is equals to num into 2. That means for index we are using this numpy array which is having the values as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, and the data is actually the double of the values of the indexes. So the data will become 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay, directly because num is multiplied with 2, that means the num values are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So obviously the double values of these values will be 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100. So it is being transferred in this s1 object. So when we are going to print this s1, we are going to have the values like this: 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100, and the indices has been taken as the numpy array itself. You can see in index we have passed num So the output is producing these values 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100, and the indexes are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, I think it is clear. Let's move forward. Now here is series attribute given. So the series attribute is defined as any information related to the series object such as size, data type, etc. That means what? Whenever you are talking about attribute of something, that means you are going to provide the properties of that. Like in HTML in class 10 we have studied the attributes of certain tags. Okay, so that attributes were actually telling you the properties of that tags. In the similar way, here also we are having our series attributes. So this series attributes are actually going to tell you some external properties or additional properties of that series objects. Okay, so here we are having attributes as series.index. So obviously this index is going to give you the index of that series. Okay, the example is also given, the test1.index. So you can have the indexes like this. Then series shape is there. It returns the tuple of the shape of the data. That means how many data is there in that particular series. Okay, suppose if we are having 5 data, that means 5 indexes. So obviously it is going to return that 5 comma something. Why 5 comma blank is returned? Because series is one dimensional. Okay, you cannot have 2 dimensions here. So the second dimension automatically will be blank. Okay, so only one dimension will be displayed and the other dimension will be kept as blank. So here you can see 5 comma blank. That means in one dimension we are having 5 elements and in the second dimension we are having no elements. That's why the series is returning as 5 comma something. Okay, now D type returns the data type. Okay, which data type is being used in that series. Size will return the size of the data. That means how much length is there of that particular series. Now series.empty, it is going to return true if series object is empty. That means if you are having no element inside that series, so it will return true. And if you are having any element, that means even if you are having single element, then also it is going to return false because the series is not empty in that case. Okay, has NaNs is used for checking whether the NaN values are there or not. Now see, there is a difference between empty and NaN. Empty means you are having nothing in that series. Okay, only the series has been created and there is no value inside that series. But when you are going to write series.hasNaNs, that means it is having the values as NaN. Okay, it is not blank. It is having the value, but that values are NaN. That is not a number. Okay, that is not empty, but it is having some value that is NaN. Now series.endDim is going to return the number of dimensions in the data, at how much dimensions you are having. So obviously that series is going to return the dimensions as 1 because every time we know that series is created as 1 dimension. Now the accessing elements of a series. So for accessing the elements of a series, it can be easily done with the help of this indexing, or you can say slicing. Like in NumPy array we have studied about the slicing, that how we can trace out the particular subsets of the data in the form of that indexing or slicing. So here also that indexing and slicing can be easily done. Now first let's see through it with the help of indexing method. So there are 2 types of indexes, that is the positional index and the label indexes. So let's see what is there in the positional index. So positional indexes are used to extract a data element present at a particular index location. Okay, the index operator, that is the square brackets, along with the index number can be used to access an element in a series. So here you can see, yes, also that is important that remember the indexes starts from 0. That means you are already knowing that in list also we are starting the index from the 0. So in this case also in series also we are going to start the index from 0 itself. So here you can see the code: import pandas as pd, import numpy as np, then data is equals to np.array, and we have passed 1, 2, 3, 4 data is here. Okay, and then we are providing the indexes. Ser is equals to pd.series data comma index equal to north, east, southwest, and then we are going to print that series. Now see, when we are going to print this series, we are actually not printing the whole series, we are only printing print ser1. So what will happen? It is going to take the index 1 and it is going to print that certain value only which is present at index 1. So according to our given data, according to our given series, so here at 1 index we are having 2500, you can check. See, at 0 index we are having 54, at 1 index we are having 2500. So when we are going to print ser1, so obviously it is going to print this 2500 as the output because it is only stored at the index 1. So this is for the, you can use this particular indexes, that is the positional indexes. And now we are moving forward to the labeled indexes. So here you can see again we have used import pandas as pd, numpy as np, and then data is being provided. And now this particular index is given, series ser is equals to pt dot series data comma index, and then when we are going to write ser in bracket south, so this again going to reflect the particular value which is at south index of that series. Okay, so it is a labeled index. Okay, and that was a positional index. So what is the difference between them? See, when we are writing index north, east, south, west, earlier also the indexes were north, east, south, west. Now also the indexes are north, east, south, west. But the only difference is that last time we were using it as a numbered index. Okay, SCR1. So at one index we were having the data as 2500. But this time actually we are using the named indexes. Okay, so the label indexes. So we are writing here SCR south. That means it is not going to take the positional index, but it is going to take the labeled index. So the label index here is south, so that's why the output is cutting the south value. So at south we are going to have 7634, so obviously the output is 7634. Why? Because at north index the value will be 5400, for east index we will be having 2500, and for south we will be having 7634, and for west we will be having 8725. Okay, it is respectively taking the order as is given in the indexes. Okay, so in this way we can do this. Now multiple values can also be accessed by giving a list of positional or label indexes. Like suppose if you are writing something like this SCR1, 3. So in this case you are accessing the data from 1 to 3. Okay, so here you are having the one index as east, the two index as south, and the third index as west. Okay, so when you are writing print SCR1, 3, so actually it is going to take the indexes from series 1 and 2 only. Why? Because since we are using the like in the range function, the outer range is not being taken. Okay, it is just taking one index less than what is given. Okay, so here it is given as series 1, 3. That means it is going to take the index 1 and index 2, not index 3. Okay, so at index 1 we are having east, and for index 2 we are having south. So for now east index we are having the value as 2500, and for south index we are having the value as 7634. Okay, so the output should come like that, east and south. Okay, but there is a problem here. It is given. Okay, yes. So the problem here is that we have written series 1, 3, not colon 3. Okay, if we are writing 1, 3, that means we are giving two individual indexes, that is index 1 and index 3. Okay, it is not 1 colon 3. If we would have written 1 colon 3, in that case something else would have been written, because in that case we are taking the range from 1 to 3. But in this case we are writing 1, 3. That means we are taking the index 1 and we are taking index 3. So at one index we are having east, and for third index we are having west. That's why these two values are being produced. For east we are having the value as 2500, and for the west we are having 8725. So that's why we are having these two values, east and west. I think it is clear. So that's enough for today, I think, and from the next video we'll be discussing further about the series. Thank you everyone.